Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Lacey and I like to share everyday witchcraft tips, living in sync with the seasons and the moon. So today I'm going to take you around and share with you some practical magical housekeeping tips and show you my weekly cleansing and home blessing ritual. I usually try to do this ritual every Monday so that I can start my week energetically and physically cleansed. So I start by stripping the beds of the sheets. We have a mattress cover here that I clean every other week, and I do the same thing for all the beds in the house, and I throw those in the wash and get them washed first thing in the morning. Next, I move on to the dishes, which is usually part of my normal morning cleaning, and I'm using some charged baking soda here to add a little magic to my water. And I do the hand wash dishes, and we also load the dishwasher and try to conserve as much water as possible while we do this. So anything that can just sort of be rinsed and dipped in there and into the dishwasher it goes. And once it's hand washed, I try to rinse all of it really quickly and try to avoid letting the water just run down the drain. Since these are mostly just the breakfast dishes, I'm going to go ahead and get the dishwasher started, but I'm not going to run it just yet. I used to make my own dishwashing stuff, but now I'm using these little things from Pods, which are great because they come plastic free, and then start really my regular countertop cleaning that I do every day after breakfast. But I'm just going to take a couple extra minutes and do the front of the oven and the microwave. Sometimes I'll even do the refrigerator if the door handle gets kind of grimy, things like that. Pay a little extra attention. And I'm also using a homemade cleaning spray here, which is made with some charged and magical ingredients that I'll talk about a little bit later, because I also use the same thing to wash my floors. Next, I'm going to move on to using a magical strew on the carpets. So you can absolutely use plain old baking soda for this, but why not mix up some herbs and some crystals and charge it with some magical energy? And I used to spoon this on, but lately I have been tracing the top on a piece of cardboard, cutting it out and poking holes in it, and then you can turn a mason jar into a shaker and it works great. So after this, I'm going to move on to giving my houseplants a shower. So that was just a few morning tasks, and then I had to move on to our homeschool day and start doing some schoolwork with my son. Once that was done, I moved on to cleaning from top to bottom. So I started with dusting, and usually I would maybe every other week move things around and actually wipe behind them, but I had done that last week. So this time I really wanted to focus on the door frames and picture frames and things that can easily be neglected if you're not paying too much attention to them. They can hold on to dust and some bad energy or just things you want to move along, right? So I dusted all of those things and then also moved on to dusting some of my houseplants that probably needed a little extra care. While this duster works okay, I find that a banana peel is actually the best for polishing and dusting these plants. So it's a lot easier to do with two hands, but you just rub the banana peel on it and wipe it off and it makes it really shiny. Next, I do the windows, so that's the next level. Sometimes I'll charge this cleaner as well, and so I'll also do all of the mirrors and basically all the glass doors, mirrors, windows, as much as I can. The sheets had finished washing and drying, so it was time to make the bed, but I also wanted to put our winter duvet on, and so I have my husband here helping me. I'll put the duvet cover over, and there's actually a really cool hack. I've seen it so many times on Instagram and YouTube, so I'll try to link it below because you don't really see it as well here while we are doing it, but you basically put your duvet cover on inside out, put your duvet on top. If you have these little ties, you tie those on. And then you're gonna roll the duvet and the duvet cover together and roll it down. And then there's a way that you sort of pull it around and tuck it, it becomes from inside out to right side out, and it's really a cool hack. So I'll leave the link below so you can get a better example of how it's done. I've been cleaning from top to bottom, and now it is time to clean the floors. So this is my magical all-purpose cleaner, and it starts off as a simmer pot. It simmers on my stove for about 3 days, and then I strain it and mix that leftover water with equal parts vinegar or alcohol. And then I would do equal parts of that plus water in a spray bottle, or I would do about half a cup to 3 gallons of water if I'm going to mop the floors. So I'm often asked about my mop bucket and if it is hard to use, and the answer is no, it is not hard to use, but it does take a little getting used to because you're kind of balancing and using your foot here. So I just make sure I'm holding on to something so that I can balance well. And then I'm gonna mop from east to west in an S pattern, and the S pattern is really just to make sure that I don't go over a clean spot with a dirty mop. And then from east to west is the way that the sun rises, and I do the same thing with sweeping. So I try to sweep from east to west. So that is an east facing window we're looking out right now. And I will just do that with the whole floor. I'll try to do all the floors in the house in a similar way. And I also, after this, vacuumed up the magical strew that we had put on earlier. If I have not already, I will light the hearth candle that we have, which I have set intentions for to invoke cozy and warm, inviting energies of the hearth into the home. And the final touch is to bless the space with sound. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you love more witchy tips like this for everyday magic, please consider subscribing. And if you are looking for things to do and ways to live a more witchy life, consider the monthly spellbook subscription. I'll link it below.